Hi boys and girls, welcome to Go Math Lesson 3.1, Counting Equal Groups. Our essential question for this lesson is, how can you use equal groups to find how many in all? Let's take a look at our Unlock the Problem. Equal groups have the same number of objects in each group. Our math problem says, Matchbox cars were invented in 1952. Tim has 6 Matchbox cars. Each car has 4 wheels. How many wheels are there in all? So Tim has 6 Matchbox cars. And on each car there are 4 wheels. I need to find how many wheels there are in all. The number of wheels on each car is 4, and that is the number in each group. The number of cars are our groups, and there are 6 cars. In order to find how many wheels in all, we could skip count by 4s 6 times, or we could add 4 6 times. But let's take a look at how we can use counters to help us model the equal groups. In step 1, we are told to draw 4 counters in each group. The counters represent the wheels on each car. Step 2 tells us to skip count to find how many wheels in all. Skip count by 4s until you say 6 numbers. In step 2, the 6 equal groups are our 6 cars. To skip count means to count in a pattern by the same number. So let's try to skip count by 4s. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. There are 6 groups with 4 wheels in each group, so there are 24 wheels in all. Let's take a look at another example. Sam, Kyla, and Tia each have 5 pennies. How many pennies do they have in all? How many pennies does each person have? In the problem, it tells me that each person has 5 pennies. How many equal groups of pennies are there? I do not see a number in the problem, but I do see that there are 1, 2, 3 people. These 3 people have the same number of pennies, so they are my 3 groups. I have 3 circles, each representing Sam, Kyla, and Tia. I will draw 5 counters in each group. Remember, there are 3 groups of 5 pennies. I have placed 5 counters in each group, 5 for Sam, 5 for Kyla, and 5 for Tia. There are 3 groups of 5. So I can count by 5s. 5, 10, 15. So they have 15 pennies in all. Now students, let's turn to page 49 in your workbook and look at lesson 3.1, number 2. We are going to make 3 groups of 6. I am going to use equal groups to solve this problem. Go ahead and work this problem out with me in your workbook. I am going to begin by making my 3 groups. Now let's place 6 counters in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And last, let's count the total number of counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So 3 groups of 6 equals 18. Remember, you could also use repeated addition to solve the problem. Now let's look at number 5. In number 5, the equal groups have already been created for us. So we are going to count the equal groups to find out how many we have in all. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 equal groups. And in each group, I have 1, 2, 3. So let's count our total number of counters to find out how many we have in all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 counters in all. Okay, now let's take a look at number 7 under problem solving. Marcia puts 2 slices of cheese on each sandwich. She makes 4 cheese sandwiches. How many slices of cheese does Marcia use in all? I'm going to draw 4 equal groups to represent my 4 cheese sandwiches. And I am going to use my counters, 2 in each group, to represent the 2 slices of cheese on each sandwich. So if Marcia makes 4 cheese sandwiches and she puts 2 slices of cheese on each sandwich, then Marcia has 2, 4, 6, 8 slices of cheese in all. Let's read number 8. Thomas works in a cafeteria kitchen. He puts 3 cherry tomatoes on each of 5 salads. How many tomatoes does he use? Now I would like for you to pause the video and try number 8 on your own before continuing to check. So Thomas makes 5 salads, and he puts 3 cherry tomatoes on each salad. So Thomas would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 tomatoes in all on his salads, which we could also count by threes and say 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 tomatoes. Now turn your workbook page over to page 50 and complete the 2 lesson checks at the top, and also complete the review problems 3 through 6. We will check these in class tomorrow. Don't forget to assess yourself on how well you understand this lesson. Somewhere at the top of your page, write a number 1 if you feel you are a novice and you don't really understand this lesson at all. Write a number 2 if you are an apprentice and you think you understand this, but you might need a little coaching. Number 3 at the top of your paper if you feel you're a practitioner, you really understand this, but you're not ready to teach it to someone else. Or a number 4 at the top of your paper if you feel you are an expert and you know it so well that you can teach it to someone. Thank you, and I will see you in class tomorrow, students.